Okay, well, I don't think I need to introduce this guy anymore, right?
Hello.
I mean, it's Wayne Lim. You're a luthier and also a guitar player.
Yeah.
So, for those who doesn't know you, for those who do not know you, can you introduce yourself?
Well,
What
so
do you do?
I'm Wayne. What I do is I repair guitars, I build guitars. Basically anything wrong with your guitars or string instruments, you can look for me. I mean, it doesn't just apply to guitars alone, but other string instruments as well, whether it's like a ribbon and wood or like ukulele or like violin.
Okay.
Anything,
Anything got to do with strings?
anything to do with strings and wood, like you can look for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, you started at a young age. Is that what?
I
That's what I heard.
really young. Started when I was 13.
To do repairs and
Guitar
stuff.
repair. So I mean, my first startup was like at a local guitar shop. I got hired because my ex-boss actually saw that I could paint really well, and then he saw that my own guitar was actually painted by myself. So like he was like, "Hey, you want to paint guitars for me?" I was like, "Sure, man. Like I'll just paint guitars for you."
So you got popular and you got build up reputation.
Not really. Like I would say I built my reputation over like the course of the last decade, working in the guitar shop and meeting all these people. And for me, it was the important thing was always doing a good job.
Yeah, of course.
Like it was never about the money for me. It was just about doing the job right and making sure my customer was happy. Then
so in the beginning or in the middle of like fixing and repairing guitars, you face any hardship doing that? Any
of
problem?
course. Like I mean, there were always like things that couldn't be fixed, and then I had to like really crack my head and figure out how to fix these problems first. Some things aren't just available online or on the books. You know, like some things you just have to improvise and just really think about how you're going to approach the whole problem.
So it's really tough, right? I mean, it's really tough to face this every now and then.
I would say it's not an easy job. It's a job that requires a lot of experience, I would say. Like the experience that I had working in the shop actually helped me a lot with my career, and of course going overseas actually really helped. Like
there's an experience that you obtain during the course of your working with the shop and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, not just working with the shop. I mean, I sort of worked at the shop for like 10 years. Then after that, I went to MI to do my degree program.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. So fast forward, right?
Yeah.
So you were an alumnus of Musician Institute of Hollywood.
Yeah.
So actually, what are you major in?
I actually majored in guitar craft and guitar craft acoustic guitar design. So
nice.
It was like I did sort of two papers over there. Like one certificate was for guitar craft for electric guitars, and then the other one was for acoustic guitar.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you were doing basically more on electric guitars, but actually not only electric guitars, but also
I decided to just do both because since I was there, you know, like it's not like every time you get a chance to go to like somewhere so far and like pursue your dreams, and like I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go for it. Like just if I go, I just go big, you know, like just do both.
True.
Yeah.
So you really do you make any sacrifices here? I mean, because
of course, man. Like I mean, I had to leave behind like my job firstly. My night job also. I mean,
you do play, right? You do play.
I do play in the clubs like part time, not really full time kind of thing. So I gave up my night job, my night gig. I gave up my day job, and I gave up my family here. Like
stuff.
Yeah, so I just had to like bite the bullet, take the plunge, and just go all the way to the US and just
tell us more the experience you had there. I'm sure there's big difference or small difference.
The difference there was really big because I met a lot of different people from different walks of life, and it was all of us trying to do the same thing, build guitars and doing repair or restoration work. And then I guess like sort of to say like being there actually gave me a really, really nice opportunity to have like an overseas working experience working in like a proper American factory.
Because I feel that even though I was in GIT, right? I mean, it's a healthy competition that we have. No one actually like trying to shoot anybody down.
Yeah, it's likewise.
It's the same thing, right? So I'm sure.
In MI, I would say like competition is always healthy. Like there was not much of jealousy or egos going on.
It's true. Yeah.
I mean, everyone's there for themselves, not so much for one another. You know, like it's not like, oh, I'm going there to compete with you or like that. It's like more like I'm going there to improve myself as a musician or as like a luthier or whatever craft that you're doing, or whether like percussions or RIT. You know.
Yeah. So I came to know that you got a gig with LSL.
Yeah.
You got to work there. I mean, how that came about?
That was a really cool experience, right? So one of my classmates who was actually from Taiwan was actually an intern over there, and then he sort of told the boss about me because he
Wait, this is right after you graduated or still in the process of?
No, this was when I was still in school.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like finishing off my last quarter over there, and then my friend was like, hey man, like I've got a gig for you. Like, okay, like what sort of gig? It's like, oh, so you know that I'm an intern at LSL, right? It's like, yeah, I do. I was like, oh, my boss wants to meet you because he heard that you used to work with a lot of like relic guitar stuff and aging, and you're pretty familiar with all these things. And
Nice.
LSL Guitars was like sort of like selling a aged Fender kind of guitar toward like in the market over there in the US. So I figured like, oh, you know why not? Like the job opportunity came, I went there, and like he was telling me like, oh, I don't want you as an intern, like I'm actually gonna pay
Wow.
you. So I was like, okay, great. Like
So you got paid while studying in MI?
it wasn't supposed to happen, you know,
Yeah,
that
it's
way.
okay. It's okay.
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to happen that way, but I just started like going there, working a part-time job and making some pocket money to like survive. You know, because living expenses is expensive there.
Of
man.
course, yeah, it's Hollywood, man. I mean,
Yeah, I didn't live in Hollywood, so not so expensive, but still expensive, you know, like as compared to Singapore.
so where were you living? I mean, I was in Orchid Avenue is like 5 minutes away from MI, so it's a bit more expensive. But I struggled.
I lived in a really, really ghetto part of LA. I lived in Koreatown.
That's a nice place. I mean, you
Yeah.
just take what subway and.
So I was really lucky. So I had a Korean classmate, right, who was also living in Koreatown, and he drove. So I always like, I said, hey man, can you pick me up to school? Yeah.
Okay, so that was a nice experience, and
Very
working with those big guys.
I learned a lot. I mean, you learned how a production line was actually worked, like how a production line actually happened, and how the whole manufacturing process of guitar making is like.
Working with them, I mean, like, do you get like shut down or like, hey, you're not doing a good job or something like that? You know, they try to.
Oh, of course, I mean, like with any job, you would definitely have like gotten some comments that you don't particularly want to hear from
Of course.
your higher ups, right? So, but of course, you just take it with a pinch of salt and learn from that. I mean, for me, it's like, okay, I screwed up something. Okay, I'm gonna learn from that. I'm gonna move on, and then I'm gonna try to do the next one better and better and better and better. So
Yeah, of course.
it's always a constant way of improving yourself in this craft, at least. I mean, it's a bit unlike guitar playing. Guitar playing, you just practice and practice and practice, and
Of course, yeah.
practice the right things, learn the right way to play, and then you're sort of there, that kind of thing. But like with guitar craft and guitar luthiery, it's very different approach. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting, man. I mean, I'm sure it's I mean, LSL it's a big name.
It's quite a big name, yeah, over there.
But the next question is why you came back? I mean, you're working with a big company. I mean,
And also, I mean, truth is, I mean, I got engaged when I was there to my wife who's here actually. So I had to come back.
so
and then-
friend Jingle, she's
Yeah.
married.
Yeah, so I had to like decide to like, okay, I had a video to pay for in Singapore, and then like my
All the expenses here.
my mom
okay.
was here, and I had to come back and support the family.
I'm sure you feel more comfortable here, and you wanna do something, whatever experience you had back then in
want to bring it back
in
here.
the States, and you wanna come back, and bring it back here to do something about it, right?
Right.
Yeah. So okay, let's talk about the guitar in your hand.
Right. So what I've
What is
got
this?
here
I mean,
in my hand
I
is
know this guitar, but
a
that's it.
Rangka Professor S.
Okay.
And I must say that this is a really, really great guitar. I mean, I've seen a lot.
This is from a luthier point of view or a player point of view. I mean,
both actually.
Okay.
Like both from a player and a luthier's point of view. So, I mean, overall as a guitar, it's not every day that I say a guitar is great, right? So I mean, this
you
is-
guys, luthier guys are very picky about.
Yeah, we are really, really fussy. Oh, okay. We are really, really fussy about guitars in general and how it's built and all. So, like,
Yeah, show us about what's so great about this guitar.
so this guitar is basically, well, it's sort of like a Strat. I mean, you can.
Yeah,
tell
it's a
it-
super Strat. You might say. I mean, no?
Yeah, you would call it
Yeah.
a super Strat, a modern Strat, however
Okay.
you want to name it. But so, a couple of things that really caught my eye on this thing is that aesthetically it's very appealing. So like the little aesthetics that you see right here, like it's got a very clean presentation on the body. Usually a Strat has a jack cup over here, which a lot of players don't particularly like because I mean,
Yeah, it's-
especially when you have a tremolo,
It's
and
in the way. It got in the
you
way.
have
of
a cable
it.
there, it gets in the way, and also it's very practical to have just a single volume and a single tone because this one volume does all the control.
So you don't need two tones actually, right?
You don't really need two tones, but it's a Fender thing. I'm not going to talk about that.
Okay.
They've been around for years, right? So
course.
the other thing that I would
Yeah.
say that the fret job is really, really well done. I mean, it would be comparable to a Tom Anderson guitar, I would say. Tom Anderson.
You would rate it like that? I mean, that
Well, I mean, this is sort of like an Anderson of Asia, I would say. Like,
okay.
It's really well polished. It's really nicely done, nicely shaped. The frets are all even. You don't have gaps between the frets like many factory-made guitars.
Okay.
Whereas like many factory-made guitars, I mean, you look at name brand guitars. I wouldn't want to mention the names, but you can go to a guitar store, pick up the guitar, and you can see like it's not perfect. Whereas like this thing right here, like when I pick it up, it's like first held it in my hand, like, man, this is like a perfect
It's
instrument.
not mass production. It's
Yeah.
more on quality than quantity kind
Like,
of wise.
I would say the luthier actually focuses a lot on the quality of the instrument. Like he uses quality parts. Like for example, this bridge right here.
Yeah.
This is a Gotoh 510 bridge. This is also the bridge that's on many of these high-end guitars right now that you see on the market, like Sir Guitars, Tyler.
Why all these big names using this Gotoh one?
510.
510, yeah.
Yeah. So why they use this bridge is because, well, it just stays in tune and it sounds good.
Okay.
And
So
it's good materials, everything.
so you stay in tune even with the
Yeah, even with like the tremolo and
flutter
all,
or whammy bar,
Yeah.
whammy bars and stuff.
it actually stays in tune. And I mean, what more can you ask for when the tremolo stays in tune when it's non-locking?
Yeah, that's interesting. That's what we want.
Yeah.
About the pickup here, I mean, it's more about. I mean, when I went to the workshop, right, it says that he made this out of walnut.
Yeah.
Is that true? I mean, you went to the
Yeah,
workshop when
so-
you toured the workshops.
Yeah,
and
like his pickups are really cool because he makes his pickups and he winds them by himself.
Mhm.
And I would say that they are voiced very uniquely, and I would say you actually have a very good organic tone of the wood
Okay.
in terms of sound wise. When it comes to like little things like the details of his guitar, I mean, this is almost flawless. I would say, like you can look at the fretboard.
Which Pau Ferro, by the way.
It's a Pau Ferro fretboard.
Yeah.
So, Pau Ferro is sort of like the kind of wood that you see on higher end guitars, not on like lower end production models.
Do locking tuners, right? You call it locking tuners, right? Do they play
Yes.
any parts in a guitar?
Well, locking tuners personally, I find personally, they actually do make the guitar player's life a lot more convenient.
Why?
You know, like
Is it because just you need one wound of strings or?
yeah, you sort of just you don't even need one wind to be honest.
Okay.
You just pull the string through, you lock it and tune it up, and then boom, that's it. Whereas like traditional tuners, you have to coil.
It's true, yeah.
And locking tuners actually help the stability of the overall guitar as well.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean,
They came from a luthier, so I have to do it.
you sort of just have to stretch your strings once and tune it up, and it sort of stays put because it actually locks your strings in place. So your strings won't have any chance of slipping or
Sure.
like making like loose contact and things like that. So your tuning is actually going to be very stable with these locking tuners. And the other thing that really impressed me was the way the nut is made.
Why?
Well, firstly, it's a bone nut and
Okay.
it's very perfectly cut. I mean, from a luthier standpoint, this is probably one of the best cut nuts that I've ever seen coming out from a production guitar.
So so it's professionally done. Is it more measurements or more on
A lot of it
experience
is experience and the feel. Yeah, so I mean, you can use measuring tools and get them right, but
Yeah.
some things like this is just immaculate. You grab your hand over, you play like an F bar chord, and it's effortless. It's just effortless. You just hold it and it's right there.
It's more
Yeah.
on a modern C or what do you think about the neck? I mean, is it modern C or just a normal kind of C that the normal kind of shape that
I would say this is a modern C.
it's modern C.
Yeah, it's a modern C.
It's
I mean,
more comfortable on the hand. I mean, like
modern C is something that is very conventional, I would say, with many guitar makers out there.
Okay.
This is sort of like the profile that works with everyone. You know, like no matter who you are, you pick it up and then you play it and then that's it.
okay. So any plan of collaboration with Rangka Guitars?
I'm actually gonna go collaborate with him for my own brand of guitars, which I'm trying to release.
You're gonna release your own brand coming out with your own
I'm
production?
actually working on a lot of the designs right now, so
Okay.
I actually went to speak to Rangka, and my deal with him is he's gonna do the manufacturing of the bodies and necks,
Yeah.
but with my wood and
Okay.
my designs, because that's kind of all the time in Singapore, man. Like,
Yes, of course.
yeah, so I'm actually busy with a lot of repair work right now, so manufacturing a guitar from scratch is gonna take forever. That's one. So
Definitely, man.
it will actually save a lot of my time when I actually send it to someone to manufacture the body and necks for me.
But everything else will be.
Everything else is still done by me. Yeah.
So we'll be expecting when probably
My target is sort of like the end of the year. end of this year. So hopefully by the end of the year, I'll have at least 1 or 2 models out.
1 or 2 models?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
more like a...
Production
You
models.
want to give us a bit more insight, maybe
First-
just a little out secret?
First and foremost, it's going to be a Strat, and then the second model is going to be a Tele. I'm going for the conventional route first before I go anything crazy.
Yeah, of course.
But it's going to be fully customizable in many ways.
So basically, this collaboration will somehow benefits.
Well, I really hope it will benefit both ends of the
Definitely,
market.
I mean, because
Yeah, because
you guys are great luthiers. I mean,
Yeah,
have
and
experience.
Like Paul is a great guy. Paul Rangka,
Paul Rangka, we're talking about Paul Rangka. I mean,
Paul Rangka,
yeah,
the builder of this guitar, is a really great guy and really humble guy. So when I actually spoke to him, he knows a lot about his things, and it was a good exchange of luthier to luthier from my point of view. So
I'm just a player.
yeah, it was a very nice experience because it's not every day in Asia you get to meet another luthier
Sure,
that's
yes.
willing to open up and share and talk about things.
Definitely. So yeah, Wayne, if you guys need fixing anything, please get to him. You have a website, right?
Yes,
What do you
it's
go at?
actually called luthiersg. So just Google it.
Luthier.sg. You got it?
And just hit enter and that's it.
So you are on Facebook as well, Luthier.sg
yeah, I've got
on
a Facebook page as well.
Do you have like
I've
a...
got a Facebook page, I've got Instagram, and I've got my website. I think that's as much as I can handle for now.
He's a busy guy.
Yeah, there's got a lot of work.
One last question, how many guitars do you need to fix at least in a day?
About 3 to 4 on average.
3 to 4.
Yeah, and this is talking about like 2 simple jobs, like 2 simple setups, and 2 heavy jobs, like whether it's a wood repair or it's a fret job or like a bridge reglue, or really it's more towards the intense things. Sometimes I have to deal with vintage restoration.
Oh, this
so
is tough, man.
those
This is
those
tough.
are the ones that actually take the most time. Like sometimes it's just one whole day I do one vintage restoration and that's it.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, Wayne, thank you so much for coming, and
Thank you.
it's nice to have you here, man.
Thank you, bro.
And yeah, guys, Wayne, Luthier.sg, check out this guitar as well.
It's really
video
great
at the
guitar.
time. Yep, take it from the luthier.